So we are up to way number 28, which is Oisa Siyag Lidvarav, protecting what is precious, making a fence. So fence is guard and protect, right? Keeping us safe from harm. If there's construction in the middle of a street, the municipality will put a fence around it to avoid people falling in and getting hurt. We build fences around our homes to protect what's ours. So making a protective fence is way number 28. We all make mistakes all too often. We repeat those mistakes over and over again. How many times did one resolve, present company excluded, to lose 5 pounds or hold yourself back from saying something hurtful, right? And somehow we keep falling into the same pit. So we have to take a look at what it is that we're using as a protective force to stop us from doing that. The most extensive damage, we learned about this a little bit in way number 22, is the erosion of our own credibility and self-confidence. When we resolve to do something and to take something on, and don't follow through, it significantly impacts our ability to believe what we ourselves say. So the first fence that we have to put up is to avoid making promises we don't really intend to keep. It's better to be fully honest with yourself and say, I'm not ready to give up dessert or start exercising every day, than to make a resolution that deep down you know you won't follow through on. So be introspective and ask yourself, do I really mean this? How committed am I? Going back to what we learned about the Rambam's listening to your own language. When you say, Ari, you really need to do the following, that's one level of commitment, a lower level of commitment. When you say, I really need to do this, that's a higher level of commitment. Hear the sound of your own voice. So start by making a list of some resolutions that you have made in the past and didn't keep to it. And then choose one thing from that list and commit to implementing it fully. So number one of this is to strategize. So A of this, right, is don't be a hero and rely on willpower alone. Figure out a step-by-step plan that'll help you live up to your resolution. For example, if you want to lose weight, throw out all the junk food, right? Difficult thing to do in a household with multiple people, but you get the concept. If you want to stop watching TikTok for hours at a time, well, get a filter that someone else is in control of, and then get rid of TikTok. Right? B of this is, the Mishnah says in Pirkei Avos in the first parak, in lo achshav emasai, if not now, then when? Whenever you make a resolution, pin yourself down to a time. Obviously, the best time to start is always now, but if you're not ready to start now, then pick a time, a date and a time where that resolution kicks in, and then hold yourself to it. And C of this is, visualize possible pitfalls. Know that they're coming, and then devise strategies for avoiding them. I remember going to Weight Watchers years ago, or I went to Overeaters Anonymous at a period of time, and one of the key things was, okay, let's discuss. I've got a wedding coming up. How do I avoid eating at the shmorg and then eating at the, appetizer, and then once again at the entree, and then once again when they roll out some food in the middle of the event, right? Be prepared for the eventualities. So number 2 of this is enlisting the help of others. We're not alone in this world. One of the most effective tools for implementing fences is to use the experiences of people who have gone through it before, either have come out the other side successfully, or even those who are still struggling with it. They all have insights that they can share with you. Another aspect of this is a great way to enforce a fence is to hire a friendly nudnik, right? If you were to say to someone, hey, if you see me taking that extra piece of cake or challah or whatever it is, stop me, right? It may be annoying, but it's effective, right? If you then say, hey, if you see me doing it, I'm going to give you $20, right? Every time I do it, like the swear jar or whatever you may call it, right? That's another powerful tool. Trust me, after that first handover of the $20 bill, you're going to think twice about having that next piece of cake or whatever it is. Number 3 is recognize there are pitfalls ahead, but use it. So in Tehillim, King David says, "V'chatasi negdi samid." My sins are in front of me constantly. Remembering your mistakes can help you avoid them in the future, right? Reminding yourself that you have a challenge with this is a powerful tool to remind you to stop giving into that challenge. Number 4 of this is plan ahead. A person doesn't take a vacation to Europe and just says, you know what, when I get there, I'll work it all out. I'm going to wing it. We plan, we prepare. So the same is true for life. Don't just show up, right? Everybody, most people want to get married. Nobody goes into it saying, I want to get divorced. And yet 50% of marriages end in divorce. So start in advance and say to yourself, okay, so what are the elements of a good marriage? Be prepared for the obstacles that are coming your way. Right, and take this lesson and apply it throughout life. Right, when you're in your career, nobody really has the plan to get fired, right, or very few people. How do you avoid that? Right, what makes a good employee in your particular sector? Right, whether it's parenthood, whether it's marrying off your kids, whether it's interacting with others around you. All these things, get some wisdom, make a plan, understand how to accomplish it. Number 5 of this, and a critical one, is what are you living for? The most important fence that you can make is the one that says, I'm not going to waste my precious life. Right? So the best protection you have against this is, cheshbon hanefesh. Cheshbon hanefesh means making a moral accounting on a regular time, or a spiritual accounting. You have to ask yourself first the question of what am I living for? And then B of this is, you need to have a daily system, or at least a weekly system, where you stop yourself and do an accounting and say, am I living up to the ideals that I said are the reason for my living? And if not, what's my plan for altering your Achilles heel? If you're somebody who's lazy, who's envious, who's indulgent, who has a bad temper, all of these things come into play. And it's really important for you to recognize your own stupidities so that you can overcome them. Number 6 is, and this one is unfortunately more and more true every day, is build a fence against society's ills. We live in a society where virtually everything goes contrary to Torah values. And we're assaulted by degenerate media, by social media, by the availability of content, right? Not to mention the world around us. Set boundaries. Think before you consume. Right? Freedom is the ability to say, I choose not to partake. So some applied wisdom ideas for this, much like we saw in way number 22. So if you didn't apply it then, do it now. Make a list of some broken resolutions. Choose one item that's not too difficult and see it through. Number 2 is to devise a strategy to help you keep that resolution. Hire a friendly nudnik. Make a date and time, and then again, conquer it, accomplish it, get to the other side.